Hi guys, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. And you'll hear my throat still a wee bit on the rough side after the cold and the sore throat I had. But I'm back now and I've got some information on the channel and some health info, which I find quite exciting. So where to start? I didn't manage 2 weekly tarot cards and it got me thinking, and also I looked at my book where I have a build up of things I want to do with the channel, and I realised that the thing that was miffing me most was every week coming to the deadline for the weekly tarot card, because I do it right at the last minute, and either being ill or Jim being ill or having things that needed to be seen to first, and it was getting me down. And I've been doing a weekly tarot card, whether it was first being in the wee paper, the big issue, further back astrology tarot, in tabloids, etc. I've been doing this for since about 1997, so we're talking about 23 years here, and I do enjoy it. But one of the things about the channel that has miffed me a wee bit, annoyed me, is that doing the weekly tarot card first and then not having much energy for anything else, including mediumship, including teaching videos, including psychic development, which you'll see the answers to the last two aren't up yet. I've not managed to do them. So I had a nice long meditation and we talk with the higher beings, including White Storm, and the decision I've made is starting March, the channel's going forward in more of a way that can fit the randomness that I like to do videos. If I'm well, I can do a couple. If I'm not, I won't. So I'm not going to be doing a weekly tarot card anymore, and I know that a lot of people like it and it helps their week, and I agree with that too, but it's more important to me now to get more discussion videos, more things that you want, and to make this a channel where there's more learning rather than just maybe getting a tarot forecast, and that there are a lot of really good channels out there that do this. So no weekly tarot card. However, I will be doing a monthly one, and it won't just be one tarot card. It will be a kind of 20-minute, maybe even a wee bit longer reading that looks at the world situation, career, relationship, health, finances, and also spirituality. So that's 6 or 7 cards, and that will be you for the month, and you can keep referring back to it, and we can maybe talk about it in more live streams. So once a month you'll be getting the fuller reading for the month ahead, with more cards than just the one. So that's the first thing. Let me see my notes here. Yeah, I also want to do more mediumship. As I say, doing the weekly tarot sometimes bats the mediumship, and I've also wanted to do more psychic development. I started the conversations with, and I'll be doing more of them, a conversation with Colette, because they're things that maybe I'm not an expert on, or I have an interest in, but I don't know all about it, or I have my own take on it. And when it says a conversation with, what I want us to do is I'll maybe put my thoughts forward and ask for extra information, and then you all join in the comments, and we all read one another's comments, we all learn from one another, and basically we move forward as a channel, getting more information than if it was just me and sort of preach, although I don't do that. A conversation with the last couple I did of them, I really enjoyed them, and everybody got back to me, so I want to be doing them as well. And what we call evergreens, which is more of the precise teaching videos, like how to develop as a shaman, how to develop as a medium, all the things that you've asked me for and I haven't been able to do because I've not been well, and the weekly tarot card has kind of been the number one thing, and now it won't be the number one thing because the channel's doing fine and I'm enjoying it, but I I carried over, let me see, the ideas from last year. If the postie comes and the dogs go a wee bit crazy, I shall do this in 2 parts, but for the moment, where's my list? Yeah, this is the list just of things that were meant to be done by the end of last year. That I would like to do as evergreens, maybe a couple of months, and we've got how to empower an object, I can make a talisman, how to develop gratitude, how to develop as a shaman, a full one on elementals, which I've got all the information there ready to go. One woman asked that she wanted to be better as a medium but feared a spirit coming into her body. How to stop that, I want to do that. Spirit guides, soul gender, remote viewing, rhythm and dance, levels of the spirit world, working with animal totems, spells, physical health, world healing, and how to use magic for work projects, which I've also got ready and set up to do as well. Now, they're the things that I didn't get to do last year, and all of them are important to me, and they've been asked time and time again for it, and I haven't had the chance to do them. So by dropping the weekly tarot card and making it monthly, I aim to do more of these things. Now, how you can help the channel, because obviously the weekly tarot card was up and shared on Twitter and on Facebook and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and it brings in more people looking at the channel. When I'm not doing that, I do have to rely on you maybe sharing or recommending my videos, maybe more than you've done. But those of you that can do that, great. Those of you that can't, that's fine. Maybe just let the adverts run while I'm at the start, and we get a wee bit back through that. So I'm taking a wee risk taking the weekly tarot card off, but I think it would be better for me not to have that pressure. It could be that I do 4 videos in a fortnight and then have a fortnight off, and I need to get on with finishing the book. Hi, Nelly, calm down. So with that, I'll do part 2 about health, but I'm going to stop now because the postie's here. So let me know what you think of that for the channel, okay? Many blessings now. Are they quietening down? Do you want to come up and say hello? Come on up. Oh, I've got a monkey. Here's Nell. She's not been up for a wee while. Look, there's Mummy. You trying to eat the postman? You trying to eat the postman? Now, if they calm down, I might just manage to get the rest. No, that's calm down. That's not crying more. It's so nice. Isn't she gorgeous? Yep. Right, so maybe we've managed it. Sorry if those of you had headphones on and maybe been sitting in the train and got the dogs barking there. Right, so the channel. You've seen that list, or I've read that list out. If there's anything more that you would like to request, please do it in the comments, and if I can do it, I'll add it to the list. And if I'm not sure of it, I'll add it to a conversation with. So that's my hopes for the channel in the new year. Well, March. It's just the first 2 months have gone like crazy. Health. Jim had a lot of health issues towards the end of last year that were very worrying. I had to go through cardiac tests and all sorts of traces and blood tests and whatever. There's a few things he's deficient and not absorbing. And also he has to be different. He has an regular heartbeat, which means that it's not serious in any way. But it does make him feel as though his heart's palpitating at time, but it is pretty regular, so it doesn't go into fibrillation. And he's got to get a big intrusive thing for prostate, which isn't so good, but we'll find out what's going on there and move on with it. But I don't want to have these things ahead, hospital visits, etc., and be thinking, oh, but I didn't get the weekly tarot card done, oh, I'm such a bad person. So, whatever happens here, there's things to be done with Jim's health that make it that, you know, I can't say I'm definitely going to be putting a video up then and then and then. And so this is a way around that as well. And if you want to give some healing, please focus on Jim for me. That would be good. Excuse me. Burp. Now, the reason I'm asking that is I know that lots of you have done health, sort of good vibrations, good health for myself, sending a lot of healing, sending love, etc. And I do believe in the power of healing, obviously. What has surprised me is that I was into level 3 chronic kidney disease, and it goes down to 2 where that's really not functioning well at all, and then 1 is dialysis, etc. And there's 4 and there's 5 above that, but I was in 3, and everywhere I looked and everything I was told was that you couldn't regain kidney function once it had gone, and it was like, well, fair enough. So I looked after my diet, but then it got me low in folate, so I just went back to being quite sensible with it all. And I thought, oh well, I've not been following it totally because some of the things that I eat are better for folates, etc. So that's a big thing. But what happened was I expected my my renal result to be worse, i.e. to be lower, pushing me down more towards, you know, less than 3 and then 2 and then 1, possibly longer term. And it's gone up, which is amazing. It's gone from stage 3 to stage 4. No, I've got this the wrong way around, haven't I? Yeah, it's gone up the way, which means it's got better. And oh my goodness, I'm just so happy with it. I know, I think I've got that the wrong way around there. It runs like down the way or up the way, but basically I've gone from being quite concerned to actually much better. Gone up about 5-6 points, which is weird. And the only thing I can think of is that I must thank you all for all your healing, because I don't know what else has been done here, because when I changed my diet, it was 1.5 years ago, and when I changed it again for the folate, it was 6 months ago. So the dietary aspect of renal and folate has been very balanced, but it's not been tipped too much towards the kidneys, although there's things I definitely don't do and don't eat. But yeah, I've got, my kidneys have actually improved, and I'm like, whoa, I was looking at the results. And obviously my girls are over the moon about that, and so is Jim. So, and all my bloods were actually quite good this time, apart from the inflammation with the slogans, but that's a different kettle of fish all the time, you know. But no, I was really chuffed, so thank you for all the healing and all the prayers, because it really has worked, and I'm over the moon with the kidney result. It's fantastic. Yeah, so thank you. So that's the thoughts on the channel, on Jim and health. Alexander's gorgeous. He's coming up 1 next month, or a month and a half, and he's my pride and joy, and it's so funny and it's so good to buy toys, you know. Although I find I have minutes. Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? When Jennifer was wee, I used to sing the Elton John song "Sacrifice," "Cold Cold Heart" with her, and she used to sing it like "Cold Cold Heart," "Cold Cold Heart," and then as she got older, she sang it. She was a great wee singer, so she would sing it at parties and stuff like that. And it was just, I have a video of her singing "Cold Cold Heart" by Elton John, "Sacrifice," and she sent me a video of her singing it to Alexander yesterday, and I cried and cried and cried. It was so sweet, but it was like this big circle of life thing going on, and he was trying to sing along with her. And I'm sure that in years to come it'll be a song that he sings, like Cold Cold Heart instead of Cold Cold Heart. So that was lovely yesterday too. But oh my goodness, it was very life affirming, but it was also quite like my heart going. It was so sweet, and I just loved it. So yeah, Alexander is the best. We're all biased though, aren't we, about our grandkids and our kids, but yeah, Alexander is the best. So yeah, so that's what's happening. I don't know if I have anything else written down to tell you. Yeah, if you've any ideas for videos, let me know and I'll add them to last year's ones that weren't done. And just know I'm very thankful to be back and recording, and hopefully the channel will still grow, or still at least be what it is, by dropping a major part. I would like your opinion on it. I know a lot of yous love the weekly tarot card, but what if you were getting like a mediumship once a week, and then the following week you were getting like an evergreen, a teaching video? I think that would be better. And then one bigger, more intense monthly tarot card one. Let me know what you think anyway. And I look forward to hearing from you, and just watch out for more videos coming. Again, they could be quite random. There won't really be a set time for me to upload. It will just be a case of once I've done a few, I might even upload them day after day, who knows. But if you could share them as much as you can, if that's possible. So I hope you're all well. Let me know how you're doing. There's a lot still going on in the world, which is quite harsh, and but we'll get there, and I'm just over the moon about the health aspect of my kidneys not deteriorating. I would have been happy for no deterioration, but for them to actually have be performing slightly better is wonderful. So anyway, I love you and leave you. Thank you for joining me for a coffee, and thank you for putting up with the dogs, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.